Welcome to the Sand Science Experience, your source for the most current and impactful research and preprints in science. This podcast does not constitute medical advice. Any interventions aimed at improving health or treating disease should be discussed with a qualified physician or healthcare professional. Before we jump in, if you're enjoying what you hear, please take a moment to like this deep dive and subscribe to our channel. It truly helps support the Sand Science Experience and allows us to keep bringing you these insights. Okay, so our bodies are always kind of working behind the scenes, right? Even when we're resting, doing these incredible cellular maintenance jobs.
Absolutely. Constant upkeep.
But here's the thing. What if there's this powerful natural process, this cellular recycling, that you can actually turn on intentionally?
Autophagy.
Exactly. Today, we're diving deep into the medical studies, the clinical research, to answer, well, a pretty fascinating question. How long do you really need to fast to switch on autophagy in humans?
Right. And autophagy comes from the Greek for self-eating. It's just this vital cellular response. It's basically your cells cleaning house.
Cleaning house. How so?
Well, they degrade damaged proteins, old organelles, the cellular junk. It promotes balance picks, homeostasis, helps with metabolic adaptation, overall health.
Okay.
And what's really exciting, I think, for you listening, is its link to longevity and potentially better responses to various conditions. So understanding how to activate it, that's impactful.
So our mission today, let's unpack the science, break down these different fasting times, see what the research actually says about kicking off this internal cleanup crew. All right, so activating autophagy, the research shows pretty quickly it's not like flicking a light switch, is it?
No, not at all. It's really nuanced.
What makes it so variable then?
Well, a few key things. The duration needed really changes depending on the tissue you're looking at.
Okay.
And an individual's metabolic state plays a big role. Even how trained someone is, like their exercise status.
Right. So how does this timing actually shake out across that spectrum?
It raises that key question, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I bet a lot of listeners are thinking about, intermittent fasting, those shorter fasts, maybe 16, 18 hours. Do they actually do anything measurable?
They do. Yeah, absolutely. Even those shorter daily fasts, say 12, 14 hours, like you see in studies during Ramadan, they show detectable early signs.
Like what kind of signs?
You see upregulation of a gene called Beclin-1. That's a key early signal.
Okay.
And changes in other markers in blood cells. There are also early time-restricted feeding studies. I think one showed about a 22% increase in something called LC3A after just 18 hours.
So 18 hours and you're already seeing something happening.
Exactly. It suggests the process is starting, at least in accessible cells like blood cells. Think of it as the first workers arriving on site. So, yeah, intermittent fasting definitely seems to provide some cellular benefit.
That's pretty encouraging, actually. But, okay, what if you're aiming for something more widespread? A systemic effect across the body.
Right, a deeper clean.
Does that mean a longer commitment? Are we talking 24 hours? More?
Yeah, if you're looking for more robust, more systemic activation, the research points towards 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, 24 to 48. What happens then?
Well, for instance, one study with a 24-hour fast in volunteers showed a clear drop in protein lysine acetylation in their white blood cells.
Which means?
It's a biochemical signature that correlates pretty strongly with enhanced autophagy, like a cellular go signal for deeper cleaning.
Interesting. And in specific organs, like the liver?
Yeah, in the liver, you tend to see robust activation more consistently after that 24 to 40-hour mark. It lines up with the body shifting its fuel source.
Ah, the metabolic switch.
Exactly. Moving from burning stored sugar glycogenolysis to burning fat and making ketones, fatty acid oxidation and ketogenesis. That whole shift seems to be a really powerful trigger for deeper autophagy.
Okay, makes sense. So we've got early signs at 16, 18 hours, more robust systemic effects at 24, 48 hours. What about getting really deep activation, hitting tissues that might be, harder to reach, like muscle?
Yeah, that's where even longer durations seem to come into play. For skeletal muscle, especially someone who isn't regularly training.
Right.
Studies suggest 36 hours might only give modest effects, but push that to 72 hours.
3 days.
3 days, yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be needed for really robust increases in things like autophagosum formation and LC32 accumulation in muscle tissue.
Wow. So it really highlights how different tissues respond on different timelines.
Hugely variable. Tissue-specific responses are key here.
So it's not just about the clock then. You mentioned training status. What else influences this? Could exercise itself play a role? Maybe shorten the needed fasting time?
That's another really fascinating layer. Exercise, especially the kind that depletes your glycogen stores, think intense workouts, can actually accelerate that metabolic shift we talked about.
So it could potentially speed up getting into that autophagy state.
Potentially, yes. It might reduce the required fasting duration. And your training status itself matters too. Endurance-trained folks might show earlier or stronger responses.
Why is that?
It's likely due to pre-existing adaptations in their cells. It's like their cellular machinery is already sort of primed for that efficient cleanup and energy management.
Got it. So their cells are kind of warmed up already.
In a manner of speaking, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes the fasting potentially more efficient for triggering autophagy.
Okay, so let's try and summarize this for everyone listening. What does this all mean for you? It sounds like autophagy activation isn't a simple yes-no.
Definitely not. It's a spectrum.
Right. A spectrum. Initial signs might pop up fairly quickly, maybe 16, 18 hours.
Correct. Those early signals.
But for that really solid body-wide effect, you're generally looking at, what, 24 to 48 hours?
That seems to be the window for more robust systemic activation based on current research.
And then for certain tissues like muscle, maybe even longer, up to 72 hours for a really profound response.
Especially in untrained individuals, yes, that seems to be the case for muscle.
But there's another important point you made.
Yes, the cumulative effect. Don't discount consistency, meaning even if you're doing shorter, regular daily fasts, that consistency over weeks and months can also add up to significant benefits. It's not just about the single long fasts. Gradual improvements matter.
That's a crucial takeaway. Consistency counts. Okay, so for our final provocative thought for you to consider, given all this complexity, the timing, the different tissues, how exercise fits in, how might future research get really precise?
You mean like personalized fasting protocols?
Exactly. Tailoring fasting plans to optimize cellular health and longevity for each unique person. Imagine fine-tuning it based on someone's metabolism, their activity levels, maybe even their genetics. How could we make this amazing process even more effective for individuals?
That's the exciting frontier, isn't it? Truly personalized cellular maintenance.
Definitely something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into autophagy and fasting. If you found this discussion insightful, please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the Sans Science Experience for more cutting-edge research breakdowns.